All right. So this week we're going to talk about Weebly. And I wanted to demo Weebly for you because I thought that it might be better to sort of show you its features in this capacity. And now that I have a really snazzy screen recorder, it makes things a little bit easier. Weebly is a website builder. And what's really fabulous about Weebly is that the free version actually gives you quite a bit of options as far as setting up a website. And you may be thinking, like, why a website, Megan? I don't quite understand why I need this. Well, I have found over the last few years that it's becoming really common for teachers to have classroom sites where parents can go and get information. They can see pictures, they can get assignments, or if there's a snow day, you can post content there and students can get it. So I wanted to show you Weebly because I thought that it might eventually be something that you might need. And what's great, again, is it's free, so you're not bound to buying anything. So Weebly, weebly.com, gets you here. I'm going to go ahead and log in so that we can get started. Yes. Everything can connect through Facebook. All right, we're going to start from scratch so that you can kind of see how things will look. So if you click in this general neck of the woods, you should have an add a site item. And the first thing that pops up when you click on add a site is, do you need this to be something you're going to sell from, or do you just need a basic website? And 9 times out of 10, you're just going to need a basic website. So go ahead and click that. The next thing that is going to come up is a whole bunch of templates. What they're trying to do is give you a general sense of the different types of options. And you can click on one and it'll open up a preview. You can kind of scroll through it, see if it's something that you might like. Actually, this one isn't so bad. If it is, then you can hit start editing. If you don't like it, you can close it and come back. When I look at these templates, I'm taking a look at how much stuff is on them. And I always have sort of come into building a website understanding what it is I'm trying to achieve from it. So part of that process is actually taking sticky notes for me and thinking about like what buttons I want, what things I know I want on my website, so that when I choose a theme, I can sort of look at the theme and say, okay, this kind of fits what it is I'm hoping to do. I'm going to go back to this one because I think it's the easiest. And those sticky notes that I was just talking about would be for like these types of things up here. And I'll show you how to sort of change these different pages and buttons to fit for you. So I'm going to choose this one and I'm going to hit start editing and see how we can sort of get you through some basics here. You can X out of this for now. Okay, so this is pretty drag and drop. All right, here's my template all in place. And you'll notice I hover over something and you can see that Weebly is like, do you want to do some changes here? Do you want to change the content? And I'm going to sort of start down here and show you that if it's as simple as clicking the red X and making it all go away. If you don't like it, it doesn't have to stick around. So I'm going to sort of make this a little more simple for now. Okay, so let's talk about the top bar and the side bar because this is basically your panel. With all the different tools that you can use on your website. And so let's just start by saying, okay, I want to replace this head picture. All right, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to edit my background and I'm going to replace the image with something on my computer. You can also do some basic like freeware that may end up coming into play. So I'm going to just quickly browse through. I have some photos on my computer. I'm going to find one that fits. All right, and I'm going to just drag it here. And you'll notice down here it's uploading. Perfect. All right, so that's actually my niece. There's my new picture. And I can actually now change the text if I want to. Yep, I want to save that. I can change the text here as well. I'm going to call it Fairy School at NVU Linden, because that seems realistic, right? I can highlight this text and change the color if I want to. There we go. All right, so, and I'm also going to come up here and say Megan's Classroom, give it a good title. Okay, so let's talk about how to change these first. These are all different pages. And so if I come up here on the top bar and hit on pages, I get the different pages here. And if there's too many here, you can delete them. You can really, I believe, you can just click on it and then delete. You can also, though, change how it is. So if I wanted this to be weekly assignments, I can make that change, and you'll notice as soon as I do that, it changes up here. And now if I said, okay, if I wanted work to become my photo gallery, I can make that change. And now let's say, I don't know that I'm going to need the journal, so I'm going to click on this and hit delete. Yes, I'm sure I want to delete that page. And now I only have the 4 pages. I'm just going to make them what I want first, and then I'll go back and actually you can change each page as you go. I'm going to focus on the home page though, because I think it's easier to start in one place. So now let's just say I wanted to, you could type whatever text you want in here. But what's really cool about Weebly that I love and adore, I'm going to kind of come back to the build tab here, is there's all sorts of things we can do in here that are quite simple to add. So for instance, if I wanted to add a slideshow, if I had a whole bunch of pictures of students from a class that we did an activity and thought it might be cool to do a slideshow, I can quite literally just drag slideshow over to my website and let it go. And it says, okay, what kind of slideshow would you like? I'm going to say, there we go. I'm going to drag a couple pictures. There's one. There's two. Oh, I guess the first one was too big. That's pretty typical, actually. I have photos that are too big. Okay. So there we go. 1 photo, 2 photo, 3 photo. I don't remember how many I uploaded. It may just be the 3. That's okay. Let me see if I can grab one more. Just so that there's 4. Okay, so while that's uploading, you can add words to the image should you want to. You can also add like a little caption if you want to. I'm just going to leave those for now, but now you'll see down here that the slideshow is here and you can scroll through it, or you can actually play it and you can change the features of the slideshow. So you can make it 5 seconds, you could add photos, you could make it a different transition. Fading is pretty typical. I think it looks better, but that's up to you. So let's just say that's great. Another cool feature, those podcasts that you practiced the other day or a couple weeks ago, you can actually add those with this audio tool. You can drag them in there. You can also add YouTube videos, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show you how to do that. There is a YouTube icon. I'm going to put it next to the fairies. And what you can do is you can add the URL. So I actually opened up on a different tab some Toy Story 4 stuff, because, you know, why not? And I can just add the URL. And now when I click out of it, there is my video. And if I don't want it there, I want it here, I can just drag it over so that there's a little bit more differentiation between the stuff. So you get the picture there, right? You can pretty much customize each page as you wish. So like if you don't want this, you can get rid of it. And you can add spacers and all that kind of stuff. That's all over here. But the general function is if there's something you want, drag it from the tool set, add it to your page, customize it the way you want, and then off you go. I'm going to click over to this contact page. This is something that you can customize. Trying to remember where the settings are. Here we go. Email to, that's where you stick in your email address, and it will send everybody who, or every note that gets sent to you will come to that email. So it's a pretty easy way to get, you know, stuff to you should you want to. All right, so let's just say like this was perfect. It's where I wanted. So to get it to be active, you hit this publish button up in the corner. And that's okay. If I called this Megan's Classroom, I can then search, give it a name. So this is where Weebly is going to tell you, oh, well, you can buy something, but you don't have to. Down at the bottom where it says, excuse me, subdomain, this is the free version. And so if you choose this, it will automatically sort of publish it for you. And when you say done, it will actually publish your website, and it will be, you know, megansclassroom.weebly.com. And if you type that in a URL, that's what will show up. And you can always go back and edit, not a big deal. So I hope that gives you a decent overview of what Weebly is all about. I just thought it would be easier to show you what was going on than to sort of force you to figure it out on your own. At least now this is a basic how-to how to navigate. But as I said, it's pretty brainless. It's very much a drag and drop, and it can build a really nice looking website that I think you could have some really neat stuff in a classroom, and understanding that that everybody has different access, and not everybody's going to want to access a website to get information on what their kid's up to. You have to understand that going in. But there's definitely a growing need for websites for classrooms. And so I thought showing you this would be a neat way of starting to get you to think that way. So I will look forward to seeing what you come up with. All right. Talk to you soon.